King T'Challa, leader of the secret kingdom of Wakanda and an Avenger, Black Panther, burst onto the scene in Captain America: Civil War and was the subject of the Academy Award-winning film Black Panther. He was tossed into the fire as ruler and defender of Wakanda after his dad was slaughtered in a militant assault. Arthur Curry, Aquaman, carried on with an ordinary life as a human until he found his actual Atlantean legacy and had his spot as the leader of Atlantis and one of the members of the Justice League. The two guys, each parting time between saving the world and running their empires, have been great members to their own universes. However, on the chance that their universes at any point were to collide, how will they stand out in front of each other? Today, let's compare the King of Wakanda and King of Atlantis in this video. Powers. Arthur Curry is actually a demigod, with water-based powers and expanded strength, safety, and capacity to speak with ocean life. He has been almost relentless and has been a genuinely necessary expansion to the Justice League, with him just matching the Man of Steel and Wonder Woman in beast strength. T'Challa acquired the capacities and encounters of past Black Panther fighters, and furthermore has expanded strength, speed, and resistance, alongside his vibranium suit that makes him almost relentless. In spite of the fact that he is a commendable rival for MCU villains, his force set is little ball contrasted with Arthur's godlike forces. Team players and considerate of their fellows. Aquaman has trouble working with others. When it came to joining a group of heroes to battle against the dangers of the world, pretty much every legend consented to join and didn't require much convincing, all with the exception of Arthur Curry.
I don't like you coming here, digging into my business, getting into my life. I want to be left alone.
Rather than deciding to deride Bruce Wayne for his suit and bouncing once more into the water to approach his day, it wasn't until Atlantis got assaulted that he chose to join the group and take on the Gatecrashers. In spite of the fact that T'Challa has similar hesitance to help the Avengers, he doesn't spare a moment to help the Cap and the remainder of the Avengers when Thanos undermined the world. He set his disparities to the side and consented to help. Conflict. Black Panther has had conflicts with the King of Atlantis in the past. In both the comics and spoilers in the MCU, T'Challa has an awful connection with Marvel's King of Atlantis, Namor. The two have been at war, and they have battled against one another, and they have not cooperated on many events, despite the fact that Namor has greater amounts of evilness and is quite different when compared to Aquaman. T'Challa could struggle confiding in another King of Atlantis. Power struggle. At the point when two rulers that are accustomed to doling out the orders and rules are assembled, they will undoubtedly be bound to butt heads. With Arthur previously demonstrating hard to work with when T'Challa began providing requests, it would doubtlessly prompt a few contentions and struggle between the two. Moreover, T'Challa has carried on with his whole life being dealt with like a sovereign, and afterward the ruler, and has no doubt never been in a position where he needs to take orders. One major difference regarding the settings of both characters is battle for the power. T'Challa was the prince, an obvious successor hoping to satisfy and wanted to live up to the expectations of his deceased father, though Aquaman was a normal man with no association with his legacy and no needs or wish for power. Obviously, the battle in Aquaman had much less emotional worth and enthusiasm. Fights. As kings and the rulers, the last thing you ought to do is taking on superpowered villains and running into a disastrous area in which you probably won't return from. Be that as it may, these two have hopped into the substance of threat and left their seats weak when they take dangerous moves. Given they are youthful leaders who wouldn't fret getting their hands messy, it's just characteristic they don't consider it to be a danger. Yet, to the remainder of their realms, it can also be viewed as foolishness. Wealth. As Black Panther is the only ruler of Wakanda, his net worth also includes the economic situation and GDP of his country. No surprise then that estimates of T'Challa's net worth, thanks to Wakanda's 10,000-ton reserve of vibranium, range from 500 billion to 100 trillion. T'Challa possesses the equivalent of all the world's wealth and then some, all $78 trillion of the gross world product. He possesses huge vibranium reserves that add up to his $90 trillion net worth, and even if his vibranium reserves are ignored for a while, Wakanda's economic situation is quite impressive. However, if we swim down to the facts, Aquaman is the ruler of 70% of Earth's surface. He is the king of Atlantis, so he owns everything in the 7 seas. That means all the gold, oil, diamonds, rubies, etc. yet to be found in the ocean belongs to him. In shipwreck treasure alone, Aquaman estimates he has 60 billion. We weren't able to find a definite number for Aquaman's net worth, but the closest we found was 150 trillion, based on the amount of gold there is in the oceans by the current value of gold per ounce. Weaknesses. Black Panther is human. For one significance, like every other person, he can succumb to his feelings. His other shortcoming is his affection for his nation, like in the film. He got the opportunity to run, however didn't. Additionally, his suit is fit for engrossing active energy. However, imagine a scenario in which you gave it such a lot of that it couldn't take. His other weakness is his family. He would chase down whoever took them to the closures of the earth. However, Aquaman, on the other hand, has a life-threatening weakness. Apart from a strong emotional attachment with his people, Aquaman needs to come into contact with water at once each hour or he would die. Before this progression, Aquaman could exist in both ways in and without water uncertainty. Black Panther and Aquaman both here can control their emotional weaknesses, but the King of Atlantis has to deal with a physical life-threatening weakness as well. So, out of these two, who is the leader you like? Do you resonate more with the King of Wakanda or King of Atlantis? It sure is going to be quite interesting to see these kings in one team together, or even standing in front of each other as opponents. Let us know in the comments below who you would support if these two kings go for a fight. If you liked this video, don't forget to hit the like button below the video. And for more amazing content, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. For more quick updates, hit the bell icon so you can get notifications every time we post a new video.